I really wish that this did not happen for the Hurricanes because I do support the Hurricanes. The only New Zealand team I support is the Hurricanes. And but boy, what a win! Moana Pasifika first game back at home after having 2 of the games postponed due to COVID. This was I can't even believe what I watched this game, to be honest. The Hurricanes looked like they were gonna just blow out the Moana Pasifika like 60 points to nil, like the Chiefs did or something last week, right? What was the score? 50 something. Just looked like they're gonna blow out the Moana Pacificas. They had TJ Piranara coming back. They had Jordy Barrett on the field, and they have a couple of the players. Some of the key players were resting, like Adi Savia was not playing. And then you figure that this was going to be an easy win for the Hurricanes. And like right off the bat, it did look like Hurricanes were just going to score like 60 tries. 5 minutes in, they're just like scored a first try already. Jordy Barrett goes in, and it was just so easy. And the Moana Pacificas, on the other hand, literally looked like they were out of their league, right? Like you're just giving away penalties constantly, and then the Hurricanes just pounding them with pressure, like overwhelming dominance in territory and possession for pretty much the entire first half. It looked like it was going to be a runaway win. And basically, if I was to put this into an analogy, right? Imagine you were climbing Mount Everest, something that's already incredibly difficult, and then there's a snowstorm, and then there's an avalanche. That's pretty much what the Moana Pacific has to deal with. They're already climbing like extremely difficult position, fighting against Hurricanes, and then they get yellow carded for repeated penalties twice. And actually, the second was a head collision. It was pretty tough. So they get 2 yellow cards, whilst already being absolutely dominated by the Hurricanes, and they were able to somehow find a way to stay in the game, to claw themselves back from the ditch and push the game into extra time, golden point, and even in extra time, it was looking like the Hurricanes was going to have the first opportunity for a penalty or for a drop goal. They were able to turn the ball around, scores a 60-meter round try. It was like mind-blowing how this happened, okay? Mind-blowing. If you told me this was a long shot, it was like the longest long shot you will ever see, okay? This would be like, I don't even know. You'd be like shooting a target from Australia to New Zealand and hitting it on the bullseye or something, right? It was ridiculous how they won this game. It was unbelievable. The Hurricanes did let themselves down quite a bit. Jordy Barrett, after scoring that first try, 5 minutes into the game, right? He's just like fallen apart. I could not believe it. This guy last year, many thought he was the best fullback in the world. His kicking game was on point, but this game, his kicking game was horrendous. He missed touch for penalty twice this game. I don't even know how this could be possible. You're Jordy Barrett. And then he had a penalty a conversion where it was literally right in front, and he missed it. And he missed one from the sideline. The sideline was a bit hard, but it was just horrendous. And then the forward pack from the Hurricanes also let themselves down quite a bit. The breakdown was not very good. There was a little bit lack of urgency in the breakdown. They were getting turned over again and again and again by the Moana Pacificas. Also, the scrummaging started off kind of better, quite good for the Hurricanes, and then just slowly, fell apart for the Hurricanes. The scrummaging, just so many little mistakes, ball just not being controlled in the scrum, popping out, and then Moana Pacifica just picks it up, right? Just small mistakes like that really hurt the Hurricanes, and then it just kept on compounding, right? You thought, okay, that's just one small mistake. They were that's just weird, ball popped out of the scrum, one small mistake. But it's just that kind of mistakes again and again and again and again and again and again. At one point, it's it became just almost, it was becoming a joke at one point, right? How do you keep losing your ball to stupid things like not being able to find touch from your penalties and stuff? It was just terrible to watch. And then the Moana Pacific, on the other hand, they know they were lacking a bit in the in the set pieces. To be fair, the Hurricanes had stupid things like throwing the ball not straight in their own lineouts as well. So it's not really that perfect. But Moana Pacifica, despite having a bit of struggling from the set pieces, which everybody kind of expect from a new team, they were able to bring hard hitting, good running, good like offload game, something that we kind of like really, like we haven't really seen before from them. Like, we didn't know what to expect, but they had really good offload game, a really good running game, like just good like smooth attack when they did get the opportunity, and also the kicking game. The on-field kicking game for the Moana Pacificas was exceptional. Like, the return kicks was again and again and again able to find space, was able to find huge distance. Like, they were able to pump the ball 50, 60 meters quite, like, easily, it seems. Really good kicking game. There was, like, a nice 50-22. It was more like a 60-22. The guy will, like, kick the ball out from inside his own half, and it went out, like, the 5-meter line for the Moana Pacificas. It was just huge, like, game plays like that really not only, like, kept the Moana Pacifica in the game, but, like, really brought them up the level that was needed to compete against the Hurricanes. It was so good to watch. And then Hurricanes, on the other hand, like I mentioned, was just going, started really well, and then it was just going slowly, surely fall apart. With a world-class fullback like Jordie Barrett, losing the kicking game is something that I would not, I would not expect going into this game, considering, I would say you can, the All Blacks fullback number 15 losing the kicking game is really uncharacteristic, to say the least, right? And then let's have a look at the stats. So, Moana Pasifika under the pump for most of the game. You can see the run meters, 526 to the Hurricanes, 395 passes. Turnovers conceded, though, 16 against the Hurricanes, only 9 for the Moana Pacificas. Like, they just giving the ball away themselves. Quite astonishing, actually. Kicks in play. Moana Pasifika did have some, like I said, did win the kicking game there with just more control in the territory. When they did get the chance to kick, they really, was really more accurate and really got more distance out of it as well. They were just under the pump inside their own 22 for such a long period of time and able to just diffuse it with their good kicking game. And then, I guess the scrummaging is quite even overall. And penalty count, this is the thing that I was talking about. Moana Pasifika, like I was saying, they were climbing Mount Everest. The penalty count started piling up. 2 yellow cards. 17 penalties. The first yellow card, Sakofi Kepfu. There was just like too many penalties. Referee gives a warning. What's his name? TJ Pierre takes a quick tap. He touches TJ. Like, he literally didn't even do anything. He didn't even tackle him. He just literally slapped him, right, as he ran past. And then he immediately realized he couldn't touch him because he was offside. But the referee wasn't having it. Yellow card. Despite that, the Moana Pacifica were able to score a try during this period. Like, how do Hurricanes not score a try instead after that, and then instead allowing Moana Pacifica to score a try in return? I don't know. Second half as well, there was another yellow card for like a head collision, which I think should be looked at in changing the rules. Like, it's a head collision. Like, no one is cynically trying to smack someone else in the head. One of the players clearly slipped, and they both just collided in the head. And then the Moana Pasifika player, because he was a tackler, the onus is on him to protect the ball carrier for some reason. And then he gets yellow carded. Really poor writing of the law. The real rugby needs to change that, or maybe Super Rugby can just make a decision and change these laws. It's quite stupid. It's really dumb, and then the Hurricanes also had a yellow card for being under the pump, giving away too many penalties, cynical foul inside their own half, inside their own 22 essentially. And then there was another one where one of the Hurricanes players tackled a Moana Pasifika player, he literally flipped him upside down, and the Moana Pasifika player landed on his head. Didn't get a yellow card. I thought that was really poor call from the referee. That should have been a yellow card also, considering an accidental head collision was a yellow card. You dumping a player on their head should have been a red card, lifting over his head. It was really I don't know. I thought that decision from the referee was really poor there. But anyway, overall, this game went to the extra time. So the game basically what happened. Basically what happened was, the game started off looking like it's going to be a one-sided affair for the Hurricanes to just blow away. For the first half of the game, they're dominating. 5 minutes it took. Line out set piece. Beautifully played. Didn't even get a single play. Just little short ball to Jordie Barrett. Runs through the middle of the field. Try. Easy as that. And then less than 20 minutes, 15 minutes in or something, Moana Pasifika just under the pump. Repeated penalties. Yellow card. Only 15 minutes in. This was less than 20 minutes in, right? And then instead of scoring more points for Hurricanes. Their own mistake just starting to build up, right? And then the Moana Pasifika gets their first opportunity to basically like have the ball, punts the ball out for a 50-22, goes out inside the 5-meter line for the Hurricanes, and then following that, Moana Pasifika just build pressure on inside the Hurricanes 5-meter, crashes over for the first try. You figure that Hurricanes, this shouldn't have happened when Moana Pasifika was playing the 14 players at this point, but it happened, right? And then again, for the remainder of the first half, the Moana Pasifika was looking like they were going to concede points by just holding, and just really stupid mistakes like not kicking the ball out when you have a penalty by Jordy Barrett. Really hurt the Hurricanes, just absolutely squandering opportunities for the entire first half. It was just astonishing. Halftime scores 7 points apiece for both sides. I could not believe it. Yeah, that's just basically how it. Second half starts. Hurricanes came out with a bit of urgency, scores their first try with Morby, and then I think there was a penalty there as well where Moana Pasifika kind of goes into the bin again. So finally, Hurricanes has another 10-minute opportunity to play with an extra player, and then Moana Pasifika managed to put themselves together. Amua gets the second try for the Moana Pasifika, 64th minute into the game, and this is again, it's just the number 13, right? Moana Pasifika shot like really good, like offload, just like on the wing. Amura just like stayed in support. Nice little back and forth between the players on the wings position, and then suddenly Amura, it's almost like the Hurricanes defense did not expect an offload to be thrown here. There were so many players around just looking at him. He gets the ball. Everybody started just like looking at each other like, oh, he got the ball, and he just ran like straight down. Nobody was like touched him down the wing. Scores the second try for the Moana Pasifika. And then 67 minutes, immediately, basically after this try, the Hurricanes hits back. Again, this is something that we saw the whole game, but was failed to execute. Just nice little set play. One of the Hurricanes, just like prop, I think this was a reserve prop, Fido, he gets the ball, he ran like a center. Just nice little angle down the field. Goes in for the third try for the Hurricanes, 67 minutes. And this is, again, this try looks so easy, so structured. You would expect that Hurricanes would just win the game from now on, right? Nope. Again and again, the Moana Pasifika was able to hold. Finally, Moana Pasifika was able to put some pressure back on. Hurricanes gets a yellow card as well. On the 76 minutes, Moana Pasifika gets a scrum, gets a penalty like right in front of the goalpost, and the Hurricane gets a yellow card. And then was it a yellow card? I don't even know. I can't remember. Was it a yellow card? I think it was a yellow card. Yeah, for like no, there was no yellow card. Probably should have been a yellow card at this point because it was really cynical the way the Hurricane play the ball on the ground. But anyway, so instead of going for the line out, the Moana Pasifika decides to go for a scrum. Ball comes out. Big forwards start parting through each other. Gets the try. 76th minute, just before halftime, just before full time. And then full time score. Both teams were leveled at 19 points apiece, going into golden point in extra time, right? First golden point of the season. And then Hurricanes came out with the advantage, pounding Moana Pasifika again inside their own half, getting like just around the 22-meter line, looking really dangerous. Any sort of penalties, they could have scored a penalty kick, or could have gone for a drop goal there, but it was looking dangerous. And Moana Pasifika, pretty much within them the whole game, turns the ball over at the breakdown, throws to their Toala. Toala gets the ball in the back line. He sees the defense scrambling back. He punts the ball down the field. He just bolted his way down the field to chase the ball. The Hurricanes players are chasing. They both got really close. And then Toala toes the ball forward. And you're just watching this thinking, oh, no way. Is he going to do this? He's going to recover the ball. He runs, picks up the ball 5 meters short. He gets tackled. He falls like a meter short. Bounces a bit on the ground. Goes over to the try line. And game over. Moana Pasifika. Huge upset at the cost of my New Zealand team, the Hurricanes. This was quite historic. The Moana Pasifika is able to get their first win in the season before the Highlanders. So Yeah, and then also the Moana Pasifika, it's got like Tuesday game next week, and then like I think another Tuesday game coming up the week after as well. So they got a really packed schedule coming up in the next couple of weeks because of the games that was postponed in the first few rounds of the season. But man, this was a huge performance. Congratulations, guys, and extremely entertaining to watch. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys a bit later this week, and have a good weekend. Cheers.